Hour number 3, Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game on this Tuesday at the Omni Nashville Hotel here at Barlines. Appreciate them for having us here. Real excited about our next guest because we haven't got to talk to him in a while. And they have started the spring program. Team 6 officially has begun, and Vanderbilt football coach Clark Lea joins us now here on the program. Coach, how the heck are you? Good to talk to you.
I'm doing great. I hope y'all are doing well. It's good to be on with you guys.
Well, we're excited to watch what the men's and women's basketball teams are going to do in the NCAA tournament, but also excited to see what you guys are doing with Team 6 as you get spring practice and all of that started with the spring game coming up on April 18th. How does it feel to get this going again?
It feels great. I want to just say, over the weekend watching Mark's team play was so much fun. Watching Corbs' team play and then battling LSU at home was awesome. Obviously, Shay has her group rolling, and I'm excited for them. So it's a great time to be a Commodore, and we're glad to be back to work too. I mean, obviously we got a lot of changes on our end in terms of our team, but we're excited about what we have and who we're becoming, and obviously this spring will be big in terms of growing our quarterbacks up and kind of seeing how the identity of the team shifts around, what we've lost, but what we're becoming in its place.
You obviously look at the course of the last few years, and Diego Pavia's impact is going to forever be felt. And there are others that are a part of that team, Eli Stowers, and more, but him being the quarterback, that his name is always going to come up. And so a part of the narrative is going to be how does Vanderbilt, what happens next after Diego Pavia? How much do you talk about that with your team, look at that with your team of, remembering all the impact that those guys had, but also looking at the faces that are in front of you and preparing them for what's in front of them and the job that they have to do?
Well, first of all, we honor the fact that all those guys that came in here left an indelible marker on our program, and it's through their work and sacrifice that we are positioned where we are. And this team, Team 6, has a great opportunity to take the foundation that they've put in place, and we can run with it and create something that's sustainable. I mean, I think our team is a team that has a chip on its shoulder. We always feel doubted and counted out, and I think the narratives that form around this program being about one or two players kind of feed that chip on the shoulder attitude. So obviously we want to honor those guys in the way we carry on their legacy forward, but also we want to show to everyone that this program is about more than one or two players. It's about a group of people that have come together to do something that hasn't been done before, and we take a lot of pride in the way we approach our work, and we understand that we have something to prove, and so we embrace that, and now we shift focus on what actually matters. That's the work. So we're not going to spend a ton of time on the external narratives. We're going to focus on the internal investment, and we know part of the challenge is how is this team forming, and how does it take shape in a way that makes it a dangerous team in the fall.
Clark Lea is with us, Vanderbilt football coach. You have a young man that played just down the road at Nashville Christian, and Jared Curtis, that is now on your football team. What'd you see from him in his first spring practice, and how exciting is it to be able to mold a young individual coming in his freshman year?
Well, we obviously love Jared, and we love to have him with us. He's had a really good winter. I've been impressed with the way he's approached his work. He's tough, cares about his teammates. He's really not a person that walks around wanting to be the center of attention, and yet also understands that that there's a spotlight that comes with being as high profile a player as he is. As far as his first day goes, it looked like the first day. I mean, there were flashes, but also there's a lot of learning ahead of him, and we need to give him space to grow and make his mistakes. And also, look, he's one of four right now competing for this job, and so it's about how he maximizes his reps, and those other guys do the same in their turns, and we find the best person to lead our program going forward. That's going to take time, and fortunately, we don't have to rush to a decision there. We can take our time with it too, and hopefully get him to a point of development where he's at his best, and he's competing with the other guys while they're at their best too.
We're talking to Clark Lea on the Chasing Big Joe show. Coach, has your kind of analysis of spring practice changed through the years? I ask this because when I played college ball, one spring, the whole purpose was just to beat the hell out of each other. The next spring was about learning and teaching. Which approach works for you? I mean, do you adapt it every year to what you feel like your team needs?
To a point, but I mean, I think this is all about team formation. So what are the foundational aspects of this program that we want to show up when it's time to play in the fall? And that's about, playing to an identity. That's about being tough and physical. It's about having a core, group of calls in all three phases that we like hang our hat on. And then, from that, we kind of develop those change ups that define what, winning is going to look like for us in the fall. So, I mean, this is a fun time of year. Our guys went through 8 weeks of winter training. They're prepared to go out and play. We get a chance to go celebrate, 15 times basically, get on the field, go to work, do the things that we love to do together, and from that process, really center in on an identity that is going to define how we play in the fall. That is the goal. That's what we're looking at. Obviously, staying healthy is important, but we want to practice to an identity and practice to a style every time we're out there.
Why couldn't you have been my college coach? I like that approach much better than beating the snot out of each other every day. Clark Lea's with us on the show today. I know the quarterback part, you said you got 1 or 4 there. Is there another concern area? Concern might be a big word there, but that you're going to pay a little bit more attention to because you lost some guys?
Well, we have opportunity. I mean, obviously, with the O-line, we're going to replace a bunch of snaps, so we have to sort that out. I've got a ton of confidence in the players, but also in Jeff Nady and Chris Klanakis. They're 2 of the best in the country, and I'm excited to see that room take shape. Our tight end room, we return some experienced snaps. A guy like Cole Spence comes back and is going to be a leader there for us, but also bringing in some new players and bringing them along. The receiver room, obviously, again, we return snaps, but we're going to have to account for Trey's production and let that group kind of form its identity through the spring. I'm glad to have Junior Sherrill back and feel strongly about his leadership in that room. And then when you're raising new quarterbacks and you're developing them to be ready to win games, it's about how you strengthen around them. And so Steady Alexander and MK Young, those are guys that we're going to really rely on and lean on as we look to establish run game through the tailback to take some of the pressure off the quarterback position. Diego was a guy that could do it all, and we want to simplify a little bit for our new quarterbacks so that they can focus on the things they need to do really well, but also rely on guys like Steady and MK to carry the load back there. And I think that fits to the identity of this team. I mean, part of this is going to be about how we return to controlling the game through the run, being explosive in the pass, shortening the game, and applying consistent pressure to the opponent over 4 quarters. Defensively, we really return a lot of snaps. The corner position's one that needs to take some shape. We have some returners there that we feel good about, but we need to build depth. We know in this league you got to be able to win out there on the perimeter, and then obviously the defensive line too. I mean, there's a combination of new faces on the edge. We got a couple of guys that are out post-surgical in the winter, so we're going to develop our depth through the spring, but really like the middle of our defense and think we have a chance to really improve on that side of the ball.
I love it, Coach. I'm going to give you a very simple question, and you can take as long as you want to answer this. Why should an NFL team draft Diego Pavia?
Well, his track record. Well, first of all, when I think a lot has been said about his height and all those things. When you look at the analytic measures on, I'm talking about average depth of target, throws beyond the sticks, the big play throws. I mean, his numbers match up with everyone else that's in this draft. I mean, it's not like he's thrown a bunch of step back screens and hitch routes and they've gone for touchdowns. This guy pushes the ball down the field, and so that's all been evidenced in the way he plays. He's a process-driven guy. He obviously is a super smart football player and put us in great positions to be successful a year ago. But I mean, I think when you so those are surface level, playing reasons
Sure.
to draft him. When you talk about his competitive fiber, his competitive makeup, and the way he raises and elevates the performance of everyone around him, I don't know what else he needs to do. I mean, he won a national championship at Nemi. He goes and wins 10 games at New Mexico State, and he won 10 games for us this past season at Vanderbilt. This guy is a difference maker, and I get that there are going to be reasons and things that create skepticism, but he's a winner, and I'm excited to watch him land, and I'm excited to watch him go and win games in the NFL too.
We're talking to Clark Lea, Vanderbilt football coach, who is with us on the program. So you got these spring practices that you were talking about of what you're trying to accomplish. Do you feel like basically having a month with these guys, still gives you the amount of time you need to set them up to when they walk in for fall camp, everybody's on the same page and ready to go?
Well, no. But fortunately, we're going to have 5 weeks here, and then we'll have the summer. This is all about the cycles of the season. So we go through 8 weeks of training, and I mean that is running to the hard places so that we can reform as a team. It's being challenged in the weight room and on the field, so that we can strengthen and purify our identity. Now we're going to take that and we're going to sharpen it on the football field. And there are certain specific things that we need to improve upon. I mean, we had 6 games last year that were decided by a total of 7.8 points. That's our 3 losses plus wins against LSU and Auburn and Missouri. And the Alabama game was a 16-point swing. So there are things that we need to learn about what we did a year ago that we can apply to this part of our formation cycle, spring ball, where we're looking to be a team that is consistent, can apply steady pressure. I think a year ago when you look at our 3 losses, Texas and Iowa, I felt like it took to the third quarter for us to show up and play our style. I thought against Alabama, we started fast, but we lost ourselves through the middle of the game. And so we know that it takes 4 quarters, in our league, and spring practice will be an important part of starting that kind of 4-quarter consistent mindset. Every time we get a chance to go on the field, we're developing, we're attacking with that attitude and developing that mindset. And that way, this 5 weeks is going to be really important. We'll then reset in the summer and get back into kind of refining, in the weight room and in our conditioning. And then, we will be better and more prepared when we get to fall camp. But we'll have a month of work then that'll be super important to set ourselves up for the season we want to have.
Coach, we've talked to you, many times over the years, and, especially you've talked about after things weren't going great of how you kind of looked at yourself in the mirror and kind of changed your game up, and that, Coach Kill coming in helped with some of that. Now that the success has come, how does that evolution continue for you, and how has the confidence of seeing what you and your coaches can do, how has that kind of changed how you go about going into a season?
Well, and the results are all lag effects. So to your point, I mean, we're experiencing things now that are the result of decisions we made 2 and 3 years ago. And some of those decisions are in reimagining the vision for the program and kind of, redirecting the blueprint for our build. But also there are more subtle things that are about environment and competitive attitude and response that we've kind of taken on as our DNA. You hope those things never change. That needs to be the signature of what it means to play football at Vanderbilt. Is we're going to be tough, we're going to be physical. We want to be we want to win at home. We want to be road warriors. We want to attack what's in front of us, and that is a DNA, or that is an identity, is really important to keep in the forefront. And then from there, the adjustments become we're going to hold the center. We're going to refine the edges. We're going to look at what is this team? What are the skills of this team? Where are the strengths? How do we best position in all 3 phases for us to put together a winning performance in the fall? That's where, as coaches, we have to be nuanced. I think going into year 6, we have a pretty good foundation in place, and I feel like there's something tangible that exists here. There's a program that I'm proud of, and yet to win, it's always going to be about being agile and adjusting and really playing to the strengths of the team, and we have to learn about that through the next 5 weeks. So it's a constant game of refinement and evolution, and that's what makes this a fun and exciting profession. Is every day is a chance to kind of evaluate where you are and project where you want to go, and then you build the systems in place to try to get you there.
Well, Coach, we appreciate the time. It's hard to believe spring practice is here, but we're excited about it and always enjoy the chats with you. Best of luck through the spring. We'll talk again soon.
Thanks, guys. Look forward to it. Appreciate the time.
Absolutely. That is Clark Lea, Vanderbilt football coach, joining us here on the program.
All right, we'll take a quick break. We got some big breaking news that is happening that could affect some of us.
Okay. All right. We'll talk about that coming up next. Chasing Big Joe in hour number 3, 102.5 The Game. Big Joe, 102.5 The Game here on this Tuesday. And some breaking news that is, I guess there have been rumblings, but now it's official. Dr. Sidney A. McPhee, the president at Middle Tennessee State University, has announced he will retire in December after 25 years in that role. He disclosed those plans at the Spring Quarterly Board of Trustees meeting, this according to the MTSU Sidelines paper. He says, quote, "It has been one of the greatest professional honors in my life to serve this institution. As I reflect on my time as president, I'm extremely proud of how far this institution has come." And so he will step down in December, and the MTSU will start looking for a new president.
Yep, and change always happens. A new president comes in, will evaluate everything, so you never know. And there's no speculation or anything. That's just what happens when a new person comes and looks overall at everything that goes on there. So we wish him well. 25 years is a long time in one spot, especially as the president of a university.
The Board of Trustees plans to find a successor by January 1st, 2027. So they will. I mean, they'll have somebody ready to go.
How about one young Charles McCabe here, huh?
I appreciate that, but I'm good.
Yeah, Vice President Nick Frazier.
I'll take that position. Chase, we got this, man.
Okay.
And the first official Toastmaster General for Middle Tennessee State, me.
Big Joe Dubin.
Yep. So we got all avenues covered up there.
Look, as long as Mark Owens wants to hang on and be in
right.
PR for me, I'm down.
He's got a foot and a half out the door anyway. So I'm sure my son will be elated. Like, oh, my God, Dad, don't come down here. Stay away. He's a freshman at Middle. He's probably like, just stay away. Well, no, Bub, I'm coming to see you, pal.
I mean, it'll be, we bring this up because obviously the president has his hands all over athletics.
Yep.
So, and it's a season of change for all college athletics, and we've talked to Chris Massaro quite a bit about this, and so what the next person does, is, I mean, look at Vanderbilt. They got a new chancellor in there, and this chancellor loves athletics and has done a really good job of helping athletics. So
who's the president? Is it Randy Boyd or Don?
No, Plowman.
Plowman.
Yeah,
I've heard great things about her. So
Peyton Manning. She had that. She has that, like, she was talking about, like, great people, and there's this a drop we used to use of her going, Peyton Manning?
Oh, I didn't hear. Okay. I was like, man, I'm a big fan of this Plowman up there in Nashville, you know what I'm saying? That's happened, and like the change, it goes on. Good talking to Clark Lea, though.
Yeah, that was awesome.
I mean, his approach to the mental part of this is something I've never been around. I've never listened to. I'm telling you, spring ball used to be about beating the snot out of each other. You learn nothing playbook-wise because you'd forget it come May. And the fact that he's just teaching these guys step by step and learning the process and who they are as a football player is refreshing. It really is refreshing. It's not about we're going to go 10-2 and NIL, blah, blah. It's like, man, we got our guys, and we're going to come back and work hard this year and get it done again. I really like the approach he's got, and I'm glad he's sticking around another, 5-6 years? That was the contract deal?
Pro Day is Friday, by the way. So Diego, Eli Stowers, others will be there. I saw Mike Wright's name. I didn't think he was on the roster anymore.
Coming back?
Yeah, maybe he's just doing the pro day there. But
or I wonder if okay. I remember there were pro days when other Tennessee Tech players would come down, Austin Peay players would come down, and maybe that happens. I don't know. Mike Wright, where's he now?
Where was he?
TCU?
ECU.
ECU.
Yeah, he was at East Carolina.
Yeah, so good for them. I mean, that's an important day, man.
Yeah.
I like what he said about.
Well,
Diego.
I remember. Oh, did you find it, Dr. Crane? Hit it.
All righty.
Peyton Manning.
That was it. Yeah, we used to use that on the old morning show.
You got me fired up.
Randomly hear Peyton Manning.
I thought she was on Peyton Manning.
Peyton Manning.
Oh, no. We'll do it 100 times from now on.
But yeah, no, I remember going to Jay Cutler's pro day and just how cool that was to see all the NFL scouts.
What are you doing over there?
Don't worry about it.
Yes! That is the all-time best answer. Yes!
I ain't saying nothing.
Don't worry
Johnny
about
Tight
it,
Lips.
Yeah. Like when I worked in TV, it was a cameraman. They'd walk, hey, what's going on? And I'd be like, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Equal parts smart ass and really don't worry about it.
My favorite from that episode with Johnny Tight Lips on The Simpsons.
Yeah.
He gets shot, and Fat Tony's like, who did it? I ain't saying nothing.
Right. I love it. That's, the old story. I think I told you this before. When I had to go in the old day, you'd go to the airport, you'd have to park and wait for somebody to land pre 9/11, and you'd be in the marked news car in the parking lot, and people would walk up like, hey, what's going on here? And I'd walk over and I'd say, hey, you ever heard of Garth Brooks? And they'd be like, oh, my God. Then you're meeting flying in from somewhere. And they'd be like, you said Garth Brooks. I said, no, I didn't.
I just said, you ever heard of him?
You ever heard of Garth? And we did that all the time, and people got so mad. But this was 98, 99, 2000 right there.
One of the funniest lines along that I've ever heard. Remember, Larry the Cable Guy kind of got his start calling into the Bob and Tom radio show.
That's right.
And he would come in sometimes and he'd play songs or whatever. And I'll never forget hearing him go, you ever heard that song Amarillo by Morning by George Strait? And they're like, yeah, that's a great song. Okay, well, this don't sound anything like it.
Oh, that's great, man.
It's just oh, okay. There you go.
Oh, I'm telling you, that's funny right there.
I don't care who you are. That's funny. Get her done.
Oh, yes.
Oh, man. So, yeah, look, Clark Lea and Vanderbilt. And, I was trying to ask the question of now. And look, I knew he was going to say we're going to not listen to the narratives. But you've done it the last few years. Now that group's gone. Can you reload and do it again? And I hope the answer is yes.
It all starts with one position.
Quarterback.
Yep.
And I get it. He's got 4 guys in there. It's a competition. My guess is Jared Curtis is going to be the starting quarterback game number 1.
Yeah. I mean, you're not bringing him in there and paying him the money just to say hi to him.
Yeah. No.
But you know what? I mean, it's 1 of 4. 1 of 4. Sure. If you don't earn it, I mean, they're not going to put you in there if you're not ready to go. That'd be stupid to do that, and Clark Lea is not that.
No, he is not. Hey, we're going to give away some tickets. We got a pair of tickets to the Preds as they take on the Seattle Kraken at Bridgestone Arena this Thursday night with a 7 o'clock puck drop. Caller number 5 at 615-737-1025 will win a pair of tickets to see the Preds take on the Kraken at Bridgestone Arena this Thursday night. Good luck. We'll have more coming next. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game here on this Tuesday. Live at the Omni Nashville Hotel at Bar Lines.
A lot of play right now is coming off what Stephen A. Smith said about Nashville. Time for an NBA team. He said that yesterday on the – no, he said it was it this morning or yesterday? It's getting a lot
yesterday.
of play. Okay, yeah. Successful city, thriving in the U.S. is Nashville. And then, I know, we had the discussion debate yesterday, so who knows, man. You love it. Chase loves it.
I do. I mean, because – and I find it funny. You think we're done, right? You think the Titans, the Preds, Nashville
Yeah.
SC, that's it?
Yep.
I think you're crazy.
It's fine. I haven't been called that before. I'm good.
Yeah,
I just don't know where you think the corporate money's coming from. It's really, there's not a lot of corporate money left.
If they want it enough, they'll find it.
You think the
leagues
Titans
will
or
find it.
Preds are going to give up their corp? They're not. They'd be silly.
No, they
to
don't
do that.
have to. I mean, again,
Well, then show me who else is here that's going to be part of this. Just if you'd show me corporate money that's going to be funding these teams, who's going to build the stadium? Who's going to? I know you got basketball, but the baseball, who's building? And don't tell me private funds and equity. You know how that stuff goes. The city ends up getting screwed on this.
John Ingram built NSC, so you find that guy for baseball.
Okay, there he is. There. I mean, it's not as easy as you think. I mean,
I'm not saying it is, but I mean, you find somebody interested enough, and if the league is interested enough, they'll help you find that person.
So
and you'll get it done.
You think the Grizzlies have a shot at moving here?
Yeah,
okay,
I do, because I think that lease is something to pay attention. Now, look, you know how this goes. You have owners in other cities that'll flirt with another city just to get their city to. Oh no, don't leave. And,
right.
and they get stuff done. And like the Grizzlies aren't even flirting with Nashville. It's just their lease is close to being up, and reports are they're not close to getting a new lease done. So now you got Stephen A. Smith saying, well, Nashville will be perfect for an NBA team. I think only if the Grizzlies left Memphis. I just don't think the state can support two NBA teams.
Do you think Memphis gives up the Grizzlies?
I don't think they should, but I don't know.
That's not what I asked. Do you think they will?
No. Ultimately, they probably get it done.
I mean,
and keep them at the FedEx Forum.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be foolish to let that go. You fought for that team, you got him there, and now you keep him there or do the best you can. Look, I know things that are cyclical and things move this way and that way, but you need to keep. You got a pro team, man. Don't lose your pro team.
Yeah, no, I agree. So, but I find it interesting that Stephen A. Smith, has put that out there of looking at Nashville as a potential NBA city. Obviously, baseball's flirting. I mean, it would not shock me if all major sports are here in 10 years. It also wouldn't shock me if neither one come here. It wouldn't shock me if one of them comes here. That's just kind of where I think things are right now.
You'd be a good politician. Well, I'm for it, but I'm against it. All right, well, what are you? Well, I'm for it, I'm against it. That's all you need to know. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about what we're doing over there. I don't know. There's just going to be more talk until something happens. I don't think expansion is good in any sport right now. I think the talent level is so diluted. NBA's awful. Major League Baseball, after the first 10 or 12 teams, the other 16, 8 are terrible. NFL, hell, I mean, again, we've done this the last 2 years. We've given you 4 teams, and you got the rest of the league, and we would have won that thing every time.
4987 says St. Louis needs an NBA team before Nashville. Nashville needs a baseball team.
St. Louis and basketball never crossed my mind.
Yeah, but didn't they have an ABA team at one time?
I think so.
The Spirit of St. Louis?
Yeah. Was that what it was?
Or the St. Louis Spirit, it was something like that.
I
agree. I kind of agree with that. Like, I look at cities like Cincinnati or Louisville. You can throw St. Louis in there, Kansas City, that might be better NBA towns before Nashville. But, again, if the Grizzlies are like, hey, the lease isn't working here, and Nashville and the Preds are like, come on, then why wouldn't you?
Your phone's about to ring. Chase,
will you stop putting that
up? Chase, will you please shut up? Please, that's all we're asking for you.
Well, I'm just saying,
if
it's revenue for you.
I'm all for it if you can support it. I just don't know that you'll be able to support it. That's the whole thing. I mean, baseball, that's a 81-game home commitment, right?
Sure.
And if you're stuck in the NL East.
Well, but you ask about corporate money, right? Nissan.
Already tied up with the Titans. They ain't spending.
And have you seen this building over here and the giant Nissan letters that are on the front of it?
Where's more of their money going?
I mean, I think a lot's going over there, too.
It's like 70-30, I'm told.
Okay, well, still.
So where's the other money? They're going to give up money for something. They're not.
I'm telling you, they got it. They could figure it out. Amazon, they've moved here, too. Oracle. There's somebody else that in Starbucks bringing something here.
Uh-huh.
I mean, like all these companies.
But
In-N-Out Burger.
Are they want to invest? Does In-N-Out Burger want to
In-N-Out
invest
Burger,
in the team?
In-N-Out Stadium.
Okay, all right.
I mean,
no, I just don't think there's the support here on that level. It's great to throw out these multi-billion-dollar companies, but why hasn't Amazon stepped up other places across the country and bought things? Right? I mean, and done things. I mean, they've contributed money, they sponsor this, and that's great. But overall, they haven't bought a team, done that.
1880 says. This might sound bad. Thank you for clarifying. But Nashville is too white for an NBA team.
You know what? That's.
I mean,
right? Yeah. Right. I mean, I would love to see these teams come here and thrive. I just don't think that the infrastructure for that.
And then the next texter 3457 says, "What would be better in Nashville, pro baseball or an NBA franchise?" I do think baseball would probably do better than basketball.
I mean, it's just sure. Right? Now
I could be wrong.
Right.
I'll admit if I am, but I feel like there's more of a baseball fan base here than NBA.
Is that going back to the previous texter?
Not necessarily, right. But I don't know with so many people moving here if this is still in play, but like I feel like some of it when the Grizzlies first got to Memphis, it's like that's Memphis. That's
sure.
Their thing because again, Memphis and Nashville were like two separate things.
Still are.
And still are. Like they didn't care what we were doing, we didn't care what they were doing. You know, just kind of it was what it was. So I don't know.
If I'm an NBA, if I own the Grizzlies, I'm looking at my options. I'm going to Louisville. Right?
Yeah.
You're the big dog in that town.
Yeah. I don't think that's a terrible idea.
You're the big dog. You got the Yum Center is all yours.
It would have been up until this week. It would have been Seattle or Las Vegas, but they're going to expand there. That's spoken for.
Yeah.
So I don't think you're crazy.
I'm going to be the big dog. I'm not sharing the pie.
TC wants to weigh in on the Stephen A. comment real quick. TC, what's up?
Hey guys, can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we got you.
Okay. Hey, first of all, I want to give the overarching point. It'll probably be 10 to 15 years before we see anything else added here, so I do agree with that point. But I am going to really push back on the basketball thing. I think basketball is a hotbed in Nashville. I think we hear a lot of people talking about baseball, but it's an undertone of basketball that's been clamoring here for years, really decades. In fact, when remember, y'all, when Memphis Grizzlies was getting ready to, I think when Timberlake and all them jumped in and the Memphis Grizzlies were looking at leaving then, there was a lot of people that wanted the Memphis Grizzlies to come up here then. So I think, and then think about the WNBA, when the WNBA was flirting with coming here. There were a lot of people that wanted basketball here in Nashville. So Nashville is an untapped market, and I think it'll be more viable than baseball. But I think it'll be about 10 to 15 years before you see either one of them here. So that's just my comment, guys. Thanks.
That's fair. Thanks for the call, TC. Appreciate it. Look, this is a topic that's not going to go away. It's an off-season topic every year, and I never thought we were going to get soccer. We got soccer.
There it is. Dr. Crane, what's I tell you about giving away your pie? What'd I tell you?
Only give away one piece? I don't
Sure, don't give it away for free.
Don't give
your
free.
pie away for free. Be the big dog in town.
Yep, I agree. Coming up next, we'll tell you what day it is and celebrity birthdays. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game. 102.5 The Game on this Tuesday. I'll have Predators pregame for you as they wrap up this long road trip tonight in Winnipeg. Join me at 6 o'clock here on 102.5 The Game as the Preds desperately need a couple points against the Jets, who are right on their heels in the standings. With that, let's get to what day is it and celebrity birthdays.
All right, first on the list we have Campfire Girls Day. That's first on the list. Corned Beef and Cabbage Day, Doctor Patient Trust Day, and obviously St. Patrick's Day. And to wrap up the last two here, Submarine Day and World Social Work Day. So there you go.
Nice.
Well done.
Campfire Girls.
Yeah. Doo-dah, doo-dah.
That's Camp Town Babies.
Is that what that is? All right, sorry.
Yeah.
I got to quit smoking during the break. All right, let's go. Celebrity birthdays within 2. Chase, you go first. Rapid fire. Cito Gaston, former Blue Jays manager that beat the Braves in the World Series.
82.
81.
82 exactly. Dr. Crane. Danny Ainge, former Celtics star guard.
62.
67.
67 exactly. Chase up 4-0. Chase, Mia Hamm, soccer.
57.
54.
54 exactly. Bonus
Nice.
points. Tell me who she's married to.
Crap, I used to know this.
Nomar.
Nomar.
Chaser, Kyle Korver.
42.
41.
45. Dr. Crane, Cordell Patterson, VFL.
35.
Corderell.
34.
35 exactly. 4-4. Chase McCabe, Katie Ledecky.
24.
27.
29. Dr. Crane's at 5-4.
Wow.
Dr. Crane, Kurt Russell.
I'm going to go 71.
72.
75. Chaser, Gary Sinise, friend of the show.
68.
64.
71. Dr. Crane, the guy you love, Rob Lowe.
Rob Lowe. I think he's around like 59.
64.
62. We're tied at 5. Chaser, Billy Corgan.
Also a friend of the show. 58.
52.
59. Chase up 6-5. Dr. Crane, Hosier.
He from Tennessee? No.
He's a singer. I don't
60. No. He's not 60 something. He's like 39.
37.
know. 36. Chase up 7-5. Chaser, John Boyega. He's in the new Star Wars movies.
Yeah. 36.
33.
34. Chases up now 8-5. Rapid fire. Dr. Crane, Patrick Duffy, Bobby Ewing. How old's Bobby Ewing?
70.
77.
Good Lord, Chase. Chase is up 10-5. Chaser, how old is singer Paul Overstreet?
66.
69.
71. It's now 10-6. Dr. Crane, how old is let's see here. Singer Kiefer Thompson of Thompson Square, based out here in Nashville. Kiefer Thompson.
52.
57.
53. We got a game. It's 10-7. You guys are killing today. Chaser, Tracy Wolfson.
55.
51.
51. Good Lord, it's 10-9. This is the best game ever. Let's see. Dr. Crane, how old is TV personality Rob Kardashian?
60.
38.
39. Chaser's up 11 to 4. I'm hurrying. Don't go anywhere. This is a big time. New win. Chaser, how old is, my gosh, where did it go? Let's see. Oh, I got to find one more for Chase break the record. How old is actor Casey Zamisko? He was in the movie 3 O'Clock High, was in Young Guns.
63.
59.
65. Chase ties the record 12-4. 12-8. Sorry. Good job, boys.
12-9.
12-9. 12-9. There you
Yeah.
go.
Thank you. That is going to do it for us. Thanks to the Omni. Enjoy the rest of the week. I am out. Going to go on vacation. Dr. Crane and Big Joe will handle things with Brando and Connor Newt filling in as well.
We look forward to it. Listen, our message we send all the time at the end of the show, reach out, talk to somebody. I want to tell you this. There are people who smile every time they think of you. There are people who look forward to seeing you. There are people who find their days a little easier because you are in them. There are people who love you so much. As I say all the time, this world is a better place because you exist. Know that we love you. Go to therapy. More importantly, more than anything else in this world, God loves you.
Amen to that. Peace, love, rock and roll. DVD coming your way next on 102.5 The Game.